Okay, greetings.
Hello?
Greetings. Okay, so I'm glad you came through at this time to talk about, I believe religion is useless. Is that your
Soft, I can
position?
barely hear you.
One moment.
Speaker.
Okay, can you hear me at this level?
Yeah, just give me a second. Oh, my speakers here are super loud. Say something?
Can you hear me at this level?
That's really loud. Now say something?
Yes.
Alright, one more time.
Can you hear me at this level?
Alright, that's good.
Okay, so this is, I believe you said this was a position on your topic of religion is useless. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, why do you say that?
I don't think there's anything a Christian or any other religious person could do that I, as an atheist, can't do. The only things that could be the case would be some things you have to presuppose God for already.
Okay, so you're saying that there is something that you don't see that uh, what they do that an atheist can't do. So why do they have the religion? So what are the
No,
things are you?
that's all right. I didn't say why did that religion. I just said that there is nothing that a Christian can do that I, as an atheist, can't do. And the only things that would be the case would be things that you already have to presuppose God for. So, like, an example would be like, atheists can't answer why the universe has a creator, but the only reason you think the universe has a creator is because you're already saying God created the universe.
Well, they you mentioned about things that they could do that atheists could do, or that atheists could do that they could do without the religion. But the people in these religions do certain things because of religion. So that would make the religion not useless.
Could atheists not do those same things?
Same things such as what?
Whatever you're talking about?
No,
No?
no.
Can you give an example?
Well, one thing that somebody in religion does, an atheist wouldn't be doing if when that atheist is not in that religion, because that atheist is not in that religion to be doing it.
Can you give an example?
Well, one thing that uh, somebody does in religion is prayer. So an atheist would have to stop being an atheist outside of being outside of that religion to be in that religion to do the prayer of that religion.
Do you
So
think if you pray to a religion, you're immediately a part of that religion?
if that's according to the religion, yes.
You believe that?
I don't believe it, I know it. I know that to be a part of whatever religion that you're in, that religion has things that you have to do. And so
So if I
being that
said,
you're
like,
able
if I said, like,
so being that you're able to do those things is because you're in a religion that tells you to do it. So the religion itself is not useless because that's why you're doing it because of the religion you're in.
so if I say like Saint Zeus, am I suddenly part of the Greek pantheon? Like, do I believe in them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know too much about what you said, but if it's a requirement of that religion, then you're using that
Okay.
religion. So being
What
that you're
happens if
using
an
that
actor?
religion is not useless.
What happens if an actor says something like "Thank God" in a movie? Are they part of like Christianity?
You said if somebody says they thank God in a movie, are they part of Christianity?
Yeah. Yeah, like they're an actor.
Well, in that context, they might be using like an expression, like what is it called, like a phrase. So that may not necessarily be because they're in a religion.
Yeah, so I agree. You could use expression or phrases like "Please God, give me strength." That is a prayer. People use that as an expression.
No, like an expression and prayer are two different things.
I know. I'm saying when atheists do it, it's an expression. When Christians do it, it's a prayer. But you don't have to be a Christian to have the expression.
Well, a Christian doing it is not doing it as an expression, is what I'm saying.
But what's your point? You're both making the same sound.
It doesn't matter. It's not the same thing.
I don't know what you mean by that.
One is a vain expression. The other one is actually a religious, solemn practice.
Yeah, you, I, I don't know what to do with that information. I'm saying you make the same sounds.
It
You
does
don't
not
need to
matter.
be.
It does not matter. See, if you know anything about religion, if you know anything about uh, with somebody being a Christian, it has nothing to do if the sound is the same. It has to do with the sincerity in that person's belief in their heart that the God that they believe in, because the God they believe in can read their heart. And when they look at an atheist, it's not sincere, it's just an expression out in the world. So they're two different things.
So, are, what's the use here? Because I'm saying that atheists can be sincere. They can make the sounds that require prayer.
Okay, well, that
What
person
is
is
it?
not truly an atheist if they're truly praying to a God that they claim that they don't believe in. You can't have it both ways. You actually are a theist or an atheist.
I don't even know. I'm saying you don't need religion to pray, and that you don't need, or whatever you're referring to as pray. When I'm saying pray, I mean make the sounds. I don't know what you're referring to. The
I
sincerity
just
part, I don't know
explained
what
it.
you
I guess you didn't get what I just said. I just explained all of
Yeah,
the difference
right.
between the two.
Okay.
A religion
Yeah,
is
but you
not
said it.
a religion is not useless because people are in religion to use it to do what they do.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't need the religion to do what religious people do.
Well, what are you doing?
Everything that religious people do.
So you're
What are you
saying so
doing
you're
then?
saying so you're saying that you are doing as a Christian but you're not a Christian, for example.
I mean, a lot of Christians make that argument. A lot of Christians say that atheists have Christian morals, because, I live in the United States, but because the U.S. laws are based on the Christian, whatever it's called, the founding fathers were Christian and all of that stuff. So, I don't know. That is an argument that some theists make. I'm saying I do things that theists do when I am not a theist. I'm asking what can't I do that a theist can do?
You doing things as a theist doesn't really make you a theist. You having some morals that blend with Christianity or whatever or being a Christian doesn't really make you that. You're not really a true Christian.
Or anything to be a Christian. There is no use to religion. There quite literally is no point to it.
But the problem is how are you doing things that are from a religion and you're not in it? That's an oxymoron. You're either of that
What would
religion
you
or
say?
you're not.
Would you say from a religion? I don't know. Like, I don't get what you're referring to. When
If
people say
you
they're
are doing
religious,
things of that belong to a religion and then you say you're not a religion, that's an oxymoron.
it's not an oxymoron because there's nothing inherently contradictory to it. I don't know what you mean when you say you're part of Christianity, right?
When
How
you're
many different
doing
parts of
things of
Christianity
a
are?
religion, and you're not of that religion, you are an oxymoron.
How? There's nothing inherently contradictory.
You're
You haven't
doing
defined what
things of
being
that
part of a religion
religion.
is.
You are doing things of that religion. So how would you not be
Yeah,
involved in it if you're doing things of that religion?
you haven't described what doing things of that religion are. You haven't given like this is how there are Catholics and Protestants and Orthodox Christians, all of these different sects exist.
If I'm saying I'm doing all of these things that a Christian does, prayer, worship, study,
That
read the
doesn't mean
scripture,
I'm a Christian.
walk in the
That
statutes,
doesn't.
commandments, everything. If I say I'm doing all of that, but I can be an atheist, I'm telling a lie. Unless I'm
Okay.
unless I'm unless I'm replacing the definition of atheism for me.
Well, I don't know what you define as being a Christian in the first
I
place.
just said it. Did you not hear me?
You saying doing the things of a Christian make
I
you a
just
Christian
said
to me would
prayer, worship, reading, studying. Did you not hear all that?
yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because you can
What do
pray
you
and
mean it
worship
doesn't
and
mean?
not be a Christian.
That's what being a Christian is.
Do
Do you
Muslims
not
pray
know
and
that?
worship? Do Muslims pray and worship?
Sure.
Okay, are they Christians?
No, they would be
Yes.
Muslims. Muslims and
Yeah,
Christians have a lot of
but
similar
does it,
practices,
sure they do, but they're not the same thing.
but they
Muslims
have a
practice the
lot of the.
religions that
So you wouldn't
are.
be a you would be a Christian or a Muslim depending on all of the tenets of each faith.
I think that you're neither because religion is useless. That's my point.
Religion is useless,
Religion
but
is
you
not.
well, so religion is useless, but you're using things of a religion or from a religion.
You have defined what religion is in the first place. When I say
I
religion,
have, but
religion is just
somehow you're not
everything.
getting it or not listening.
Okay. When you say to be a part of religion, you have to do things religious people do. That doesn't mean anything. When you say prayer, that doesn't mean anything because Muslims pray and they're not Christian. You can say they're religious, but then I said, oh, what about people who pray that are atheists? And you say those people don't exist. And then I said, okay, so what about people when they say, oh, pray to God to be straight? Then you're like, oh yeah, but they're not actually praying to God. So I don't know. I don't think God exists, so I don't think you're actually praying to God either. So it all cancels out. No one's actually praying to God. We're all just making sounds with our mouths.
Okay, that's what you think, yeah.
Okay, that's why I think religion is useless. I'm sure if God was real, right, then there are things that Christians can do that atheists couldn't do, right? Like go to heaven would be one of them. That is an actual. If God was real, going to heaven would be an actual thing. That is an actual thing Christians could do that atheists couldn't do. But I don't think God is real, so I think it's useless.
Do you do anything, absolutely anything that a true Christian would not do?
I don't know what you mean by true Christian.
I'll put it this way. Are you willing to do everything what a Christian does? Like if you would go to a church building, would you be doing
I do.
everything that they do?
I probably do more Christian things than a lot of Christians have done.
But I said,
But
would you do
but
everything that they do in that church assembly?
that's what you think Christians do.
Just say yes or no. Would you do everything according to their tenets, everything that goes on in accordance with that religion? Would you do it?
No, there are a lot of crazy things that
Okay, so
Christians do
you
that I
wouldn't
wouldn't
do it.
do.
So therefore, you need to be in that religion. So that religion is useful in
Wouldn't
order.
do it
That
because it
religion
is.
is useful in order for you to do all of those things. So it is useful.
I wouldn't do it doesn't mean other atheists wouldn't do it. I would forgive slavery. That was a thing that was condoned by Christianity for a long time. There are a lot of atheists who own slaves. I am an atheist. I wouldn't own a slave. There are other atheists who would own slaves. They would do things that Christians would do.
Well, there are a lot of atheists that are probably like you, so they wouldn't do
I'm
it
sure
either.
there are.
So
I'm
therefore,
sure
the religion is still useful because there are things that you will not do, and you need to be in that religion in order to do them. but you won't
Would not
commit to
do
that
anything.
religion, so therefore that religion is still useful.
Would you jump in a volcano?
I don't know.
Would you?
I don't know.
Could you?
I don't know.
You don't know if you could jump in a volcano?
You didn't ask me what I could. Did you actually say could or would I?
Could you jump in a volcano?
Could I jump in a volcano? You know what? I don't know. Maybe I could, maybe I couldn't.
Oh, I think you could. Just like I could jump in a volcano, but I wouldn't jump in a volcano. There are a lot of things that Christians do that I would not do. None of them are things I could not do. You understand that?
Well, I don't know what volcanoes got to do with the Christian faith. Where do you read that in
It's really
scripture about
important
jumping in
because
volcanoes?
you said it wasn't. It's not about the volcanoes. You said there are things that Christians would do that I wouldn't do.
Yeah, in accordance
Therefore, you
to
need
their
to.
faith. In accordance to
I
their
said
faith. You
there
got to
are
keep that
things
in mind.
I could not. What?
In accordance to their faith. You got to keep that in mind. In
Yeah,
other
I'm not talking
words,
about the faith. I'm just saying.
in other words, you go to a church assembly one day and let's see if you do all the things that they are requiring you to do in accordance with that faith. And if you can do that as an atheist, you may have a point.
I
But
could do it as an
if you
atheist.
could, if you
That's how atheists
most
become
likely you
Christians.
can't do it because you are an atheist. Your atheism will not allow you to do everything that is required in that religion. So therefore, that religion is still needed for you to do those things that you cannot do now.
Did atheists become true Christians?
Yes, they can be converted.
Yes. So an atheist could do everything a true Christian does.
No, they have to be converted. I said they can no longer be an atheism. You have to renounce it.
What are you talking about? There's an
You
action that you
have
have to
to
do.
renounce it.
Yeah. So until you do that action, what are you?
You're not in that religion. So therefore, you just name something that you can't do unless you're in that religion. There you go.
Yeah.
You
I'm
cannot
just
give
saying
up
being part of that
atheism
religion.
unless you're in that religion all the way.
Atheism is just a lack of belief in God.
You got to
Yeah.
give up
You
that
don't
lack
believe in
of
God.
a belief in order to be in that religion. So that religion is useful.
You believe in that religion.
You cut out. What'd you say?
To believe in that religion.
Are you asking a question?
I don't. It's this circle thing again. You're already assuming the religion to believe in the religion. It's a thing you presuppose already.
You have to give up your lack of a belief, as you say, in which atheism that you say is, in order to join that religion.
What's that religion? Christianity?
That religion is a belief in God. Do you believe in God, sir?
I don't know.
Okay, so you got to give it up.
So the use of religion is to believe in God.
In that religion, I'm not going to say religions across the board.
Okay, and then how would you say if I were to say I think all Christians are lying and they don't believe in God? Then what?
Well, that's what you think.
That is what I think.
Hmm.
I don't think you guys believe in God. That's why I think religion is useless.
Well, do we have any? Do you have anything else to bring up? Because I think we're definitely hitting like a wall over and over again.
It's a pretty basic point. I No, it's a very simple point. I don't believe in God. I don't think God exists. I think Christians are lying. So when they say they believe in God, I think they're lying. You don't need to be a Christian to believe in God. Sorry, you don't need to be a Christian to lie.
So you got to be a Christian to believe in God. Is that right?
I don't think anyone believes in a God.
Do you have to
That's
be
why
a
I don't think
Christian to believe in
faith.
the Christian God?
What?
Do you have to be a Christian to believe in a Christian God?
If you're defining to be a Christian to believe in the Christian God, then yes. If that's how you're defining it.
Well, Christianity or being a Christian is not useless then, because you got to be
I
that
don't
to
think
believe in
Christian
God.
exists by
That's
that
something that you
definition.
can't do either.
I don't think Christians exist by that definition.
You don't believe in God. That's something you can't do. You got to be a Christian to believe in that God. So therefore, that Christian is
I
being
don't
useful.
think anyone believes in God. To be a Christian would be to be a person that believes in God.
You don't
I
believe in
believe
God.
that.
You don't believe. Can you believe in God right now for me?
No,
Can't do it.
no, I can't do
You
it.
can't do it. So what do you got to? What do you got to be to do it?
I don't think you can do it either.
What do you got to be to do it?
A liar.
What do you got to be to do it?
I just told you.
Do you got to be a Christian to do it?
If that's your definition of being a Christian.
Okay, so you just conceded, sir.
No, I didn't, because I just said that no one can do that.
What's the proof that people are lying? What's your proof of that?
I never said I had proof people are lying. I believe everyone is lying. I don't
Oh, okay,
believe
you believe it. Okay.
your definition was wrong.
Well, do you have anything further? Because I think you're on the end of your road.
What's the end of my road? What's your proof that you believe in God?
Oh, are we talking about proving God? I didn't know this was a topic. I thought the topic
What is
was
the
religion
proof
is
that you
useless.
believe in God?
And you just conceded that religion is not useless. Because you
By
just named
your
something, you just named
definition of
something that you
religion.
can't do. You said that everybody else, you said that you could do it as well as they could do it. So you don't got to have that religion. But you
No,
just named
no
something
one
that
can.
you can't do that you got to have that to do it. You don't see
No
that, do
one
you?
can believe in God.
You don't
I
see that,
just
do you?
told you. I just told you. Do you want me to repeat it again? No one can believe in God. No
Well,
one believes God
okay,
exists.
that's your opinion. You don't have proof of that.
It is my opinion. That's why I posted it on the challenge board.
Okay, so you're not really here to prove anything. You're just giving me your opinion. Okay.
That's why I posted it on the challenge board. I'm sorry, do you not understand how
But
this
you,
works?
yeah, but you did not prove. You actually just agreed with me that religion is not useless.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? You can't do something unless you're of that religion, which is believing in God.
No one can do that thing that you are describing.
You keep saying that, but you haven't proven it. So there's no point in even saying it. Your opinion is worthless.
You haven't proven that you believe in God.
It's not about
So your
proving I
opinion.
believe in God. See, that's where you keep changing the
Oh, when
topic.
I say it, it's not okay, but when you say it, it makes perfect sense. Got it.
Is that the topic? To prove God exists? You didn't say
I
that.
didn't say to prove God exists.
So why you keep putting it on me to prove God?
I didn't say prove God exists. I said prove you believe in God. You see how you
Prove
don't have
so
anything?
so prove I believe in God. Okay. I would be able to prove I believe in God pretty much by my actions or my works. So you would have to
I think you're
you would have
lying when you say the words. So
I
next,
said you would see the proof by seeing my action or my works, not by what I say.
you're lying by your actions.
Okay, and you have no proof of that.
I do. I think if you actually believed in a hell, you would probably immediately kill yourself. Like not being mean, that would probably be what most people would do. You would never talk to anyone. No Christian would ever have a kid because they would be worried they would send their kid to hell. If you thought eternal torture existed, you would either be the most perfect person to ever exist, every Christian, or you don't believe in God and you would lie and just say it to make yourself feel better and you would cheat and you would steal and you do all the other bad things that other people do, like own people as slaves, which Christians have done.
Okay, well that's I hear your thoughts. Yeah, you have any more thoughts?
What are you talking
I said, I hear your thoughts. Do you have any more thoughts? Did you hear it that time?
I heard what you said. I asked what you're talking about. Okay, so nothing. Okay. Cool.
Okay, well, I appreciate your conceding on the point. If there's nothing else
If you believe
further,
me,
say what?
if that's what you believe, sure. You can believe whatever you want to believe.
Alrighty, sir. Alright, well, thank you for taking the time out to talk.
Huh? I,
That person was pretty much almost an utter waste of time. Person was not taking the subject seriously, conceded several times. The person started off by saying that religion is useless because there are things that people in religion do that atheists could do. Now, first of all, right there, the person is being very broad and vague. What things? And then, after going through all of those points, the person ended up conceding it and couldn't even see that he kept saying there was something that he could do that he couldn't do that he would have to be in a religion for to do, which was to believe in God. Like, he just killed himself over and over right there, couldn't even see it. And then just started going off on his opinion and giving his thoughts. And I kept asking him, "What are your thoughts? What are you talking about?" Like, person is acting obtuse and slow. I don't know where the person's head is at, they drunk or whatever. Like, this silly nonsense. Not even seeing the rebuttals. And then wants to, atheists always do this, wants to take the light off them and say, well, you prove there is a God or prove your belief in God. Because I thought he said prove God exists, but I guess he said prove that belief in God. And I thought about it and I said, well, Christians demonstrate their belief by their action. Because I know the scripture says, be not hearer of the word, but doer of the word. And when I said that, the person was not listening and they said, well, I believe you're lying. I believe the words you're using. And what did I say? I said through the actions. So you would have to see people through their actions and what they do in that faith. The person was just, I don't know how old the person was, but you guys can listen for yourselves. Um, Religion is not useless. He admitted that he couldn't do. I said, believe in God right now. He couldn't do that, but a Christian can. So you're gonna need that religion of being a Christian or Christianity, as they call it, to do that. So I'm not gonna take much time with folly like that. This thing is like under a half hour. I'm gonna do my best, try not to engage with that person. I'm gonna try to remember that person's handle name because they apparently are a waste of time. That person is a waste of time. Sound like he got some issues. I was about to ask, did he have a hatred for God, or is he like what they call a misotheist? So that was that was a landslide. That was like a that was like a Tyson knockout. Tyson knocked him out in one round. So the name of that topic was is religion useless? The person sounded like they was distracted driving and they see that didn't help. That didn't help the person. Shouldn't have been driving and being all distracted, man. Should have paid attention to what I asking you. What? This sounding obtuse. Let me raise up my voice as a trumpet, as the scriptures say. Do you hear me now? So, putting this out there for y'all. Listen, learn, comment, subscribe. J talks to the people.